Hey everybody, this is my first video where I flipped the camera so I can't even see myself. I hope I got it set up right. I have a mirror next to me. I was hoping for a little bit better quality. Sometimes when I upload them, they're just kind of eh. And I don't have a big old, I do have a big fancy camera. I do not have a big fancy camera that records video, so it kind of sucks. So we're gonna try this out. Kind of want to utilize YouTube a little bit more for videos of makeup application and kind of like my favorite things. I have a lot of people who ask questions a lot about like what I'm wearing. Sorry, I just messed with my hair. Or have, and I'm like super cheapo when it comes to fun stuff, like not with like makeup and skincare and now hair care. I've kind of invested in that a little bit more. But I just want to show you my full coverage face, how I apply makeup. We're going into summer right now and I'm not really wearing the liquid foundation a ton, but I wanted to get a good video of how I apply it, what I use, and how I get the coverage that everybody wants. Now I will preface by saying that the coverage that is flawless is always about concealer. So you'll see I will get good coverage with the liquid foundation, but that concealer is what's gonna really help. So I hope you enjoy. As always use a primer. Oh my gosh, I just can't talk about it enough. I have started doing this with my liquid foundation, putting it on with my fingers so it's not going into the brush, and I'm in love with using this powder concealer brush for my liquid foundation. This is a different technique than I was used to for a long time, but it is definitely my favorite now. Here I'm showing that I'm blending it to my chest because my neck and my face are very pale. So I just make sure that I blend it down so that it's all one color in the end. I seriously cannot talk about this brush enough. It buffs it in so amazing. So that alone is amazing coverage, but this is where the magic happens. I love concealer. I use it on top of my blemishes and blend it out with the concealer side of this brush, and then I buff it out with the other end that I use to apply the liquid foundation so that there is no hard line. Then I go in with a lighter color shade of concealer to highlight, and you can use so much less when using this brush because it doesn't soak in at all into like it would a sponge or another kind of brush. And again, then I just flip it over and blur those lines together. This brush is awesome to use for both at the same time. Then I use the translucent setting powder on top of those areas that I highlighted so they aren't getting darkened by my foundation. Then I'll go over my other areas with my powder foundation, and I always set with powder because I tend to run way more oily in the summer, so I have to. All right, now that my base face is done, we're gonna move on to what I throw on after. This is like just a blank canvas now, if I could talk. So normally I do some kind of warming up of my cheeks. You want to call it contouring or not, as some people get a little weird about if it's true contour, if you're just throwing on a powder or whatever. But I'm gonna warm up my cheeks, always add blush, and I have so many different like options for luminizers and highlights or whatever, but I'm going to be using one of our little pigments here because I'm obsessed. Super affordable, and they're retiring in July, so I just want to use it to show you, and I'm also going to use them on my eyes. So let's get this face finished. Here I'll be using Malibu Beachfront Bronzer to warm up my face and kind of give myself a light contour. And my next must-have is blush. I always have to wear blush. This is the color Sophisticated, and that is the blusher brush. Together they are amazing, and I just love and need blush anytime I put makeup on. Look how it just warms up your cheek. For an awesome way to highlight and for a very affordable way, I love using these pigments on my cheeks as highlight, and I also love using them on my eyes. I love to highlight my nose. Okay, like I said before, these little babies are going away and I'm sad, but I'm so excited to see what's coming. But I love these. They have so many purposes. You can use them anywhere, like cheeks, eyes, lips, whatever. And this is the color that I use as my highlight. I'm also going to use it on my eyes today a little bit. I have an orangey color, two purpley colors, probably a purpley pink and a purple in this color. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong. But when you bundle with 4, you save money, so I'm totally going to show you that. So let's get started on this quick, little, easy. I could do this in like 2 minutes, just because you can like not slop it on and be lazy, but like you could just put it on real fast and it'd be so pretty. So here we go. So I'm starting with the color Giddy as my transition color. You can start with any neutral, just keep blending, blending, blending into that crease so that all the colors blend so nicely. Next, I'm adding rose water to the cap of the color Sassy to apply this wet. I went really soft at first and then I realized, okay, I can do more, and so I added a little bit more, like mixed it around and put more on my brush. You can see applied wet, it is such a pop of color. I love it. This is a color Glamorous. I'm going to do this in the crease and just blend it out to darken up that outer corner. And I'm also going to bring it on my lower lash line to kind of blend that underneath as well. And this is the crease brush. I love this for applying that darker color to kind of pack it into the crease. And bringing back that pigment that I highlighted with, and now I'm applying it for underbrow highlight and inner corner highlight. I love to do that, it brightens it up. I finished my other eye off camera, but you can see how pretty that is, and now I'm just applying the 3D Fiber Mascara. I'm obsessed with this, obviously. And that is the finished look. I love this eye look so much.